Everyone who comes to Seoul always goes to places like Hongdae, Myeongdong, or Gangnam. And you know what? I don't blame them. But on this channel, we're gonna be doing things a little bit different. So I'm staying near a station called Hoegi in Seoul. Never heard of it? Honestly, before coming here, neither have I. But I think that makes it the perfect place to start this wonderful journey in Korea. So feel free to join along. So this is my first video in Korea, and I want to do it a little bit differently on this channel. I don't want to just tick places off of the list like every other YouTuber, you know, vlogging about like palaces, K-pop districts, whatever, you know, whatever the algorithm usually brings about Korea. I want to do it a little bit differently. So I want to really see what true Korea is about and kind of explore districts where maybe not many tourists go to. So we're gonna be going to throughout this like university kind of district here in Hoegi Station, and go to like traditional markets maybe where they sell deer antlers and yeah, just overall other kind of things where you would normally not see. And yeah, so feel free to join me along on this, I guess, kind of extraordinary little vlog about Korea. Yeah, enjoy. Okay, and here we are actually at one of Korea's most prestigious universities, Kyung Hee University. So this school was actually built in 1949, where the country has just gotten out of like 35 years of Japanese colonial rule. So the country was basically destroyed and devastated, and the builder and the architect of the school really wanted to kind of build a school that showed that the country had a lot of permanence, and he just wanted to build something that looked like it has been here for 1,000 rules, to show how permanent this country can be and the culture of this country can be. Okay, well, walking through this campus, I can already say this is absolutely beautiful, and I think this is actually named as one of the most beautiful school campuses in all of Asia. So yeah, I guess we'll kind of just take a look around and see what this campus has to offer. And yeah, so Korea is already very green, great weather, it's nice and warm. And yeah, let's see. So kind of starting here already, we got like a little class photo or something going on there. But anyway, starting here, we already have kind of like some architecture that really reminds me of, I don't know, somewhere maybe Italy, Greece, and this is actually really impressive. Seems like we have a little kind of, there's no water in there, but seems like there's like a little pond, or I don't know what you would call that, but that is really beautiful. And we can see here actually, we have the Gothic architecture that the founder really strived for. And yeah, it truly does look like a cathedral kind of in Europe somewhere. And yeah, I think that's really very beautiful actually. I don't know if the camera does it justice of really how massive this building truly is. Okay, so what I've noticed is there's a lot of hills in Seoul. So I don't know if many of you guys know, but I actually went for an exchange at Hanyang University here in Seoul. And there were also these really long and steep hills all over campus. So yeah, that is definitely a big pain point if you're late to any of your classes. But while we walk up this super steep hill, let's talk about Sunneung. So Sunneung is actually one of the most stressful days for a Korean student, because Sunneung basically decides Sorry, I'm gonna let this interrupt me for a second, but this is absolutely beautiful. So Sunung is basically a university entrance exam for Korean students, and that really just decides their whole future, basically. Actually, this exam is so stressful and so decisive for many people that the whole country kind of restructures itself around this exam. For example, for the listening part of the exam, there is no planes in the air. Everything is grounded to really prevent any distractions for students writing the exam. And yeah, also, I'm not sure how true this is. I just did very brief research on it, but if you're a student who's late to one of these exams, there's actually a possibility of a motorcycle police escort just for you to get to the exam on time. But yeah, I mean, let me know if you're Korean watching this. Let me know if I'm wrong with any of these facts. But if it's true, then that is absolutely crazy. And yeah, so we made it up the hill, and we can kind of see this cathedral-like Gothic building here, which is really absolutely beautiful, but it does really look like a church, which I also read something about. I'm also not sure how true this is, but the founder and architect who designed this specific building wanted it to really look like a cathedral because he believed that education is something sacred and should be like highly valued, like highly valued like a church. And yeah, so I think he did a very good job with that. I would say we can maybe get a closer look. There's also some interesting statues there, so yeah, let's take a look here. Although I'm kind of surprised how there's not that many students here. I mean, it is a Tuesday afternoon. What time is it? 11:43. But it seems like there's not that many students here, so I'm not actually sure if this building is completely used for classes or if, I don't know, if it's something different. Yeah, so there's actually a sign here that says staff only, so we cannot go inside, unfortunately. So we have the globe here, some doves, maybe symbolizing peace. And what does it say? The reflection is very hard. Everyone's looking at me, but it says Universal Declaration of Global Common Society. So just skimming through this, I can kind of see that this is about maybe unity and that the human race is the master of history and civilization. So very cool. I'm not sure if this is like the main message of the school, but I definitely would love to kind of step inside that. So I just found this banner here actually, which reads, "The world is a global village and the people of the world are one human family. May we strive for peace and humanity with the spirit of global cooperation society." So I guess that is kind of the main message of the school, that everyone is basically one, and that's why we should have great cooperation and peace throughout the world, which honestly is a very nice message. And yeah, so look, we have a little cat here. I think that was pretty much the main part of Kyung Hee University's campus. And I really have to say, it smells absolutely beautiful throughout the entire campus, probably because there's so many flowers. So now let's go to a market where they sell very interesting herbs and medicines. Actually, on the way to the market, we are passing through Korea University of Foreign Studies. And there's a trail here. It says President Barack Obama trail starts here. So I looked into that, and Barack Obama was actually here at the school at one point. So very cool. Yeah, and unexpected for sure. So So something cool in Korea is actually that some bus stops have the super high-tech kind of not gas station, but bus station. And you can see like a camera of like the street, which is just right over here. And it just tells you when the next bus comes. So we're gonna be going on the 261, which comes in 1 minute. And yeah, there's even plugs in here, as you can see, and a wireless charger, and a fan to keep things nice and cool. And yeah, I don't know, super futuristic, I think. Okay, so just some interesting facts about the market we're going to right now. So this market has been operating for like tens of years. It's been since the 1960s, and apparently it has over 1,000 vendors, and it basically just sells like a lot of traditional Korean medicine. It even sells like apparently like deer antlers and dried seahorses. So yeah, but apparently unfortunately the market is dying out because a lot of younger people choose not to use that type of medicine anymore. But a lot of older Korean people still use that medicine and actively go to that market. So yeah, we'll see what it's all about. See if we can find some cool deer antlers or dried seahorses. Yeah. Yeah, and since Google Maps does not really work in Korea that well, we have to use something called Naver Maps. So this is basically just the Google Maps equivalent. And yeah, so for right now, we can see we're currently going to, okay, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but we have to get off at this stop right here. So the way is actually not that long. And yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but it says this is a Cheonggyecheon vegetable and food market. So I don't know if it's really medicine or if it's got rebranded to vegetable and food. I guess we'll see in a second. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where we have to go, but oh, I'm guessing it's like right over here. It looks like there's a lot of different kind of food stalls and stuff like that. So yeah, let's see. Okay, well, this is definitely the market. We have a lot of different things going on here. A lot of different things are being sold, like meat and vegetables, kind of like the bus announcement was saying. Although everything is in Korean. I don't know if this is like a very popular tourist spot or not. I don't think so, because there's really no English anywhere. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look. We have some fish here, and yeah, so really all types of different foods and a lot of vegetables, a lot of ginseng, which I think is like a root used in medicine. We have some chicken here, and yeah, not sure how safe it is to have the chicken just out like that with no protective cover, but I'm not a food expert, so I'm not really sure. So it really does look like it's almost all the same kind of brown root slash vegetable. I'm not sure why all of a sudden there's like no people here, but yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to be back here, actually, but nobody's stopped us so far, so. So I would really love to try something like street food or something, but like I said, I'm not really sure what most of these things are. Maybe I'll just experiment and try something. But yeah, let's try to find something like that. Also, what I just realized, I have no cash. So even if I were to want to try something, I don't think I'm able to pay with credit card here, unfortunately. So maybe we'll have to come back later or yeah, try to find a bank and withdraw some money. Mushrooms. Okay, I just found a bank. It's around a 6-minute walk away, and we're just gonna go there, withdraw some cash, and come back and yeah, just try to find maybe like a little stall where we can sit down and eat something. I was just walking underneath a tent and some water randomly dropped on me, so that's always fun. Please work. Oh, that's the sound we want to hear. Cash is being counted. Let's go. I don't know where it comes out of. Maybe here. And we got the cash here. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so I'm actually not sure where I read that this was like a medicine market or traditional medicine market, but this seems to be mostly like food items and yeah, just vegetables and meat, seafood. It's a little bit chaotic just because there is so many people and a lot of yelling. Everyone's trying to sell their stuff. Well, this looks a bit interesting here. How much is it?
하나에 5,000원.
Okay. Okay.
저요?
Like 5? Okay. Okay, so we just came across this little stand here, and we're gonna get some noodles. There. Not quite sure what we're getting, but we're in for a little surprise. I'm just gonna hand over like 10,000, which is around like $10. I'm not sure how much it costs, but I think maybe around 5,000. 감사합니다. 네. So we have some kimchi.
Kimchi.
감사합니다.
Yeah, K kimchi.
Kimchi. And this is what is this?
조금 매워.
매워?
조금 넣어. 조금 넣으면 맛있어.
Put in here? Okay. 네, 감사합니다.
더 넣고.
Okay. 감사합니다. Okay. Now let's try this. This? Chopstick? Okay. Mix inside. Okay, so the kimchi is a little spicy, but very delicious. Oh, what is this? Wood? Wood? 괜찮아요.
괜찮아요?
What is this? 뭐야? 막걸리?
장수 막걸리.
And how much?
먹어볼려? 하나 먹어볼려?
Yeah, 하나 주세요.
시원한 거 시켰어.
So we're gonna also try some makgeolli, which I think is like kind of rice wine or something like that. Yeah. Also, I'm not sure how much we're paying, but we're just handing her money. And yeah, I didn't know we were gonna get the whole bottle, but 감사합니다.
이거는 4,000원.
네. Yeah, so that was just around $4. I don't know if this is, yeah, okay, that is actually alcohol. It says 6% alcohol. I don't know if we poured in this little bowl. Let's try the noodles. Very soft noodles, very hot. We have a lot of different things in here like green onion, seaweed, kimchi. Maybe looks like some chili flakes as well. So yeah, I'm really not sure if we're supposed to pour this in this little bowl or in like a paper cup like there's here. I'm just gonna grab a paper cup and pour this in there. So it looks kind of like milk, but like you can definitely smell that there's alcohol in there. Well, to all my viewers at home, cheers. Oh, it's like sparkling. It's got a very slight sparkle, a little bit of alcohol taste. Not really sure where I can compare it to. I do wonder if we have to finish the entire bottle or if we're able to take it with us. Because I know in some restaurants, they keep the bottle like for a refund or something. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. We also got some friendly neighbors watching us eat here. Okay, I think I'm done. That was pretty good. Very spicy, but okay, 감사합니다. 많이 맛있어요.
맛있어요. 좋아요.
네, 안녕히 가세요. Oh, can I take this? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. 네, 감사합니다. Okay. So we were able to take the bottle. And yeah, so I think we're gonna take a quick pit stop at home, swap out the batteries, and then go to kind of like a river / stream, which also has some historical importance to Seoul. Let's go.
나가야 되겠다.
So one thing I actually really like about Korea is that for red lights, they have like little countdowns to let you know how much longer you'll be waiting. So right now I know I'll be waiting for like 40 more seconds at this light. And at pretty much every major intersections, there's also these umbrellas that they have here. I don't know if they're waterproof, but I know for sure maybe they protect a little bit from the sun. Because during the summers in Korea, it really is extremely humid and the sun really just knocks you down even more. Like it gets really hot. So yeah, these are definitely super nice to have when it gets to that. Okay guys, so our current rest stop is over. We are on our way to Cheonggyecheon Stream, which is part of a larger network of streams throughout Seoul. And that whole network of streams at one point were highways. So during the 1960s to 70s industrial push, the Seoul government or Korean government turned all that nature into infrastructure and highways to really turn Korea from one of the poorest countries in the world to one of the most developed and highest GDP countries in the world like we know today. Let's take a look at how they kind of turn that whole thing around and if it still looks natural after being once a highway and now turned back into nature. Let's see. All right, so now we can already see the Jongrang stream here, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I cannot believe that this was once a highway. Like, it's really hard to kind of wrap your mind around that. But yeah, I mean, I guess this used to be a highway, you know? I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, we're gonna be taking a little stroll along here and see what it's all about. Yeah, so where I'm walking right now used to be cars driving right here. So I actually cannot wrap my head around how all of this used to be a highway. There used to be no stream, and then they just took the highway back out and restored the nature. So yeah, and it looks beautiful, like I said, you know. I guess that's what allowed Korea to kind of turn their country around and go from, I think it was $80 GDP per capita in 1960 to around $30,000 GDP per capita today. So that is truly very impressive. And yeah, I mean, do I really have to say more, you know? Okay, so the day is kind of wrapping up. The sun is slowly setting. But before ending my day, I really wanted to get food from like a real kind of food stall. Maybe near Hoegi. We'll try to find something fun to eat. Maybe something very traditional, or yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I heard those food stalls are somewhat illegal in the country, but I don't know. I don't know the situation around it, but from what I read, let's see. So from what I read is Hojang matcha, which I guess are those kind of street stands, are technically unlicensed and operate in a legal gray zone. But the city tolerates them because removing them would be politically and culturally impossible, because I guess they're just simply part of Korean culture, and yeah, people love it. So let's go try one out for ourselves, and yeah, let's see. So there are also these bikes all around Seoul, which you can just rent by downloading an app, and I'm pretty sure it's only like $2 an hour or something like that, so pretty affordable, and you're able to basically just ride it wherever you want. I'm pretty sure you just have to drop it off at one of those stations again. So another thing that I've noticed also in Seoul is that every now and then I get like this little whiff of, I don't know, some kind of smell. It smells like sewer, but I'm not really sure what exactly it is that I'm smelling, because it only really appears in Seoul, I guess. So I don't know sometimes I see like garbage bags. I mean, this is only one here, but sometimes there's like a whole bunch of garbage bags just on the road. So maybe that is what I'm smelling. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you're from Seoul and watching this and you know the answer to this, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. But yeah.
No spicy.
Not spicy?
요건 small. half.
Salted. Oh yeah, can I have the salted grilled chicken skewers? And 이거 하나 주세요. 네.
Fish cake.
Fish cake, yeah. Ah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, later.
Because we're drinking this kind of broth in there.
It's like heard video. Money.
아니, 괜찮아요? Oh, so she's adding the salt on there.
Teriyaki-입니다.
Teriyaki with cheese?
Yeah, with cheese.
Oh.
네.
감사합니다. Oh, so good. Tastes like, am I on camera? Tastes like seasoned chicken with like pepper and salt. Is that right? Yeah. Salted and grilled chicken skewers. Very delicious. 감사합니다. Okay, so we also got some fish cake. What is it made out of though?
Fish.
Ah.
And the flour.
Flour?
Yeah.
Flour?
간장뿌리고 좋아하나? 아니 간장뿌리는 원래 안 넣어.
감사합니다. Some soy sauce.
Do you want me to?
Very fishy. Also something I did not notice earlier is a Jack Daniel flavor, so yeah, we have to try that next time.
다 드셨어?
네.
고생 하느라 이거 두 개. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Feel free to join along for the rest of the Korea expedition and stay tuned for my next videos. Yeah, see you guys.